Hello, and welcome to the final exam review for Psychology 101, Introduction to Psychology. This is Professor Mitchell, and I'm going to be giving you a really brief review of what's going to be covered on the final exam in the spring 2018 semester. Primarily, we're going to be covering the stuff from the last 8 weeks of the class. Now, there's going to be a few questions on there that are from the first half of the class, so you'll really want to know the really big ideas from chapters 1 and 2. Primarily, we talked a lot about Wilhelm Wundt, 1879, Leipzig, Germany, being the first psychological laboratory, kind of the beginning of psychology. And for the entire course, we've been talking about the 4 major goals of psychology, which is to describe, explain, predict, and control. I've repeated those enough in class that I'm hoping they've been drilled into your head, but if not, please study those. The rest of the exam is going to cover quite a bit of the last couple weeks. There's quite a bit of questions about mental health, treatment, and some specific diagnoses such as schizophrenia, depression, a couple of the personality disorders, things that are very surface level. Also, as you need to know the 4 basic goals of psychology, I want you to know the 4 Ds of abnormality: distress, danger, deviance, and dysfunction. And the rest of the test is going to be basically multiple choice of some pretty surface level ideas that we went over throughout the semester. Shouldn't be very hard. But if you do have some trouble, please know that you can use your textbook, you can use your notes, and you can look things up on the internet. And if worst case scenario, you can contact me and I'll try to help you, especially if you text me. I might be able to get back to you within the time frame of what you can do while you're live on the test. Now remember, this is a one-time only test. Not like the quizzes where you can take it multiple times. So make sure you're ready to take the test. Make sure you reviewed a little bit, kind of skimmed over your notes. You'll be able to look up some of the questions. You'll have time to do that. But if you don't have anything memorized, if you really haven't been paying attention, this is going to be really hard for you. And that's kind of the point. If you haven't been paying attention all semester, then you're not supposed to do great on the final. But my goal is to get you through this class. So my hope is that this exam isn't the worst thing you're ever going to do in your life. Hopefully it's not the hardest exam you'll ever take. Hopefully it's not the easiest. And when you're done, you'll feel like you've conquered quite a bit because, to be honest, we go over a ton of information. On a very surface level, this is almost an entire graduate program condensed into 16 weeks in the breadth of what we talk about, but definitely not the depth. So you've learned a lot. We've done a lot of great work. We've done a lot of good discussions. I really appreciated the discussions we had in the last couple of weeks about abnormal psychology. I appreciate everybody who was willing to talk, and for those of you that kind of sat back and listened, I hope you got a lot out of the course. So, strongly encourage you to get registered for summer and fall today as quickly as possible because the best classes do tend to fill up. If you're interested in taking some additional psychology courses, I would love to see you all in a future class. Can't encourage you enough to look into the new TSAT program in psychology. We offer an associate's degree in psychology that is going to be competitive. It's going to be one that's going to prepare you for going into a 4-year institution and maybe even further than that. And we have some new classes. We have research methods in psychology, which is going to be a new class that's going to be offered in the fall that I'll be teaching. And that course can be relatively dull, but I'm going to try to make it as integrative as possible. We're not going to spend as much time talking about theories as we're going to talk about historical research. We're going to talk about studies that were done in the past that we can't replicate today, like the Stanley Milgram experiment or the Zimbardo Stanford prison experiment. We also have abnormal psychology, which we talk about a lot during class. We have human sexuality, which is always a very interesting class, but it always fills up relatively quickly, and I can't encourage you enough, do not take that one online. It is way more difficult online, and it's way more dry. You don't get the discussion. And then for those of you that like to punish yourself, we do have lifespan development. Some people love that class, not my cup of tea. I teach it maybe once every 5 years just to keep myself up to date. And then we have some other ones like social psychology and drugs and behavior, all really good courses. Social psychology, all really good courses. But make sure you get yourself into the courses that you want. Okay? So if you have any questions, email me. Otherwise, thanks for the great semester, and I will see you all in a future class.